guys, welcome back to SS Performance. We're going to start working on this car again. The turbo has just finally arrived, 13.2 hybrid turbo. So I'm just currently building it all up so I can put it on the manifold. If you remember from the last video, I did take I put the turbo kit back on and the rad back in, but I just took it back out because it's going to be a lot more easier to put the turbo back onto the manifold itself. I'm just currently building it all back up. It's come with all the stuff. Nice billet wheel as well, 13 tooth, very smooth as well. No play or anything, just being built. Just putting on all the stuff back together now. So the turbo is bolted onto the manifold now. I'm going to put the manifold in first and then put the downpipe on. So it's a bit awkward to put the external wastegate on first and then put the turbo kit in the car because it catches. So I'm going to put the external wastegate when the turbo's been bolted to the head and then put the external wastegate on then, and then put the downpipe on how we took it off previously on the last video. So I'm going to start doing that now. Manifold's on now, onto the head, downpipe's on. So the turbo kit is now on. I'm just currently putting the power steering pump on as well. All the boost pipes and etc. is on, external wastegate and all the vacuum lines as well. The half rad is in, the boost pipe at the top is in. All we're left to do is now this power steering pump and the belt as well, and tying it up with the 12mm. And we just got to connect the exhaust to the downpipe and reseal all that. And you got to drain the fluids, oil and an oil filter. It's got a genuine oil filter as well. And just got to put some oil in, and just got to put the king lead on as well. That's all on there, the power steering pump with a belt and all tightened up. Just going to drain the oil now while it's under there and take off the oil filter, and then I can start connecting the exhaust to the downpipe as well. So I'm going to just drain the oil quickly and see what the oil condition is like. So that's its startup, its first startup on the car. Completely forgot about the sump plug, that it's magnetic. That's why it connected to the sump. So put that all back in, tying all that stuff up, downpipes on, running absolutely mint this engine is. So we're just putting on the strut brace now on, and connected all the 13mm bolts, tying them all back up as well. It's a bit awkward getting these on, so that's pretty much it. All back together now. I'll just put the last pieces on, like the strut brace and the grill. I only took the grill off because you can get so much stuff like done, like the external wastegate in there. So I think it's all done now. Just give it a little road test, make sure it's all okay, and then we're gonna put it back on the dyno and start tuning it. So we're not gonna do any pulls on the car on the road. Just check if it's all okay, and then check the coolant and oil and everything. Same to mint as well now. So the car is now on the dyno, so we ain't going to do any pulls yet. We've got to check for all the fueling's okay, so I want to switch the dyno into steady state. So for checking for fueling, so hold RPM for checking each cell on the table to make sure the fueling's bang on before we do any pulls, because you don't want your engines to go bang. So let's switch over to when it goes to steady state. So the car's now all done from steady state. all the fueling's bang on how Sean wanted it. So all the cells are okay for the fuel table. So now I'm just switching the dyno to power runs and just set it up the dyno ready for the 60 mile an hour, because you have to set it for 60 mile an hour and do a 4th gear pull to get the right correct power and graph for the engine. So here's the first pull. So I'm currently in the car, under the dyno, not much space. Just replacing the O2 sensor as it's failed. The other one's already off, it's over there. So I'm just tightening it back up with a 22 spanner, plug it back in and cable tie it where it originally was. It was on here, cable tied. So I'm going to just carry on doing that, because it's very awkward when you have no space at all. No space. So I'm going to get this all back in and should fix the problem. So Sean found a bit of a problem. It wasn't boosting properly how he wanted it to do. So we checked all the vacuum lines onto the turbo and the mat port valve, and Sean found a little pinhole in one of the vacuum lines, and here's one of the vacuum lines now, what happened. So Sean found a little pinhole in it, so we replaced it with a brand new one and we went again. Made some good power that adds 296 brake horsepower. Let's check how much foot-pounds. 266. That's safe as well. Look at that. 266 pounds. 266. So it's gonna be a fast car this is. See there, when they let off the throttle then, you know, massive pop, it shoots big flames. So I'm just showing you the old graph. This is where I make 281 bhp on a TDO5 20 gram hybrid. And this is where boost rams in. It comes in around about 6,000 RPM. And you only have, what, 1,000 RPM to rev out. So boost is like, not even good. And this is the new graft. This is why you run TDR4 setups on these cars for 300 brake. Plenty enough power on the road. And that's what the graph looks like. Boost comes in about 4,000 RPM, and then about 5k. And about 5k, it's full whack to rev line. It's a really strong power graph, that is. Nice and smooth. So that pretty much wraps up this video now. 296 bhp forged Glanza. Absolute weapon it will be on the road as well. And I'll see you guys shortly on a new video on a GT Turbo, where we fitted a TDR4 setup and we just got to fit the E-manage and tune it. So here's the GT Turbo. It's got TDR4 setup. Just got to fix some bits in it as well. It's got some coolant lines I need to make up as well. As you see on the video, this came with it, but I don't know how someone fitted it to the thermostat housing. There's one like big one, and there's one little one which won't fit on at all. So I'm guessing you just put some just lines on. We've got an E-Manage Blue with all the map sensor, all the wiring, so we might do a video on that as well, wiring an E-Manage as well. So car's open as well because we moved it today. As it doesn't start, we just pushed it. So in the car, it's got an Apex-C boost controller as well, and boost gauge. It's got turbo timer as well. It's a nice GT turbo. You don't really see sunroof models as well, and it's got the condenser. Pretty rare as well. So it's pretty cool, that is. You don't really see many of these. I've only seen one GT turbo that's ever came down with one, so this is my second time seeing it. I don't know if it works or anything. I ain't gonna touch it. So it's pretty nice as well. So it's already got the intercooler kit as well. Fabricate a boost pipe to the TDR4 turbo. So like a straight pipe and then a 90-degree bend on a silicone pipe, and join that to the TDR4. So that's pretty much it. So I'm going to put a little clip in of this GT, showing you around of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.